श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुस्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे पौरोगिणामिधे सर्वविद्यानां श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। क्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं गुरु मे देव सर्वकार्ये सर्वदा। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। द्वैपायनष्ट पुटनिष्कृतम् अप्रमेयं पुण्यं पवित्रं मदपापहरं शिवं च यो भारतं समधिगत्य च वाच्यमानं किं तस्य पुष्करजले अभिषेचनेन योगो शतं कनकशङ्कमयं ददाति विप्राय वेदुषे च बहुश्रुताय एकाञ्च भारतकथां शृणुयात् समग्रं तुल्यबलं भवति तस्य चेति व्यासम् अष्टनत्तारं शक्ते पौत्रमकल्मषं पराशरात्मा वन्दे शुकदातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय विष्णुरूपाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधे वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। नमो धर्माय महते नमः कृष्णाय वेसे ब्राह्मणेभ्यो नमस्कृत्य धर्मान् वक्ष्यामि शाश्वताम्। नमो भगवते तस्मै व्यासाय यस्य प्रसादात् वक्ष्यामि नारायणकथामिमाम्। So we were looking at previously Arjuna's son Iravat killed by Alambusha in the battle, and then seeing that Ghatotkacha comes there and continues to battle. Angrily, he continues to fight Kauravas. Duryodhana comes there, and Ghatotkacha angrily he tries to send a powerful, strong arrow towards him, and in between at that time, Bhagadatta comes and parks his elephant between him, Ghatotkacha, and Duryodhana, and so he rescues Duryodhana at that time. So like this, the battle continues at that time. So Ghatotkacha angrily taking arrows, he was striking at the Kauravas, and all the Kauravas come there at the instruction of Bhishma to protect Duryodhana. And then at that time, Ghatotkacha, he with a sharp arrow, he cuts the standard of flag of Somadatta, and then he pierces Bhalika with 3 arrows in the chest, and then he strikes at Kripa with 1 arrow, Chitrasena with 3 arrows, and with another arrow he strikes at Vikarna in the shoulder joint. Like this, he injures all of them. Then again, he with angrily he strikes with 15 arrows at Bhurishravas, and then Vivingsati he strikes and also Ashwatthama. So these again, all those charioteers being hurt by Jayadratha, Ghatotkacha, and Ghatotkacha continues to fight with another arrow. He removes Dwaja of Jayadratha, and then with 4 arrows he 4 arrows he kills the 4 horses of Avanti's king, and then he strikes Brihadbala. So and then he also strikes at Shalya with sharp pointed arrows. He strikes Shalya. So like this, all those Kaurava warriors who came there to rescue Duryodhana, they faced the angry Ghatotkacha in this battle, and then they were all hurt by that. So in that battle, like that continues, striking at all those warriors, he rushes towards Duryodhana, desiring to kill him, and then like this they go, and then the battle continues. So then all those Rathis from the Kaurava side, Maharathis, all of them coming there surrounded together, they all fight Ghatotkacha, and even then, pierced by all of them with many arrows, Ghatotkacha did not move, and he continues to face all of them. So hearing him shouting loudly and striking all of them, listening to that noise coming from him, loud roar coming from him, Yudhishthira tells Bhima that I can hear Ghatotkacha roaring in that battlefield. Arjuna has gone protecting Panchalas from Bhishma, so you go there and protect Ghatotkacha. So taking that instruction from Yudhishthira, Bhima goes to where Ghatotkacha was there with him, Satyadriti, Sauchiti, Shrenimat, Vasudhana, and Vasudhana and Kashi King's son, Abhimanyu with Draupadi's son, Kshatradeva, Kshatraman, Nila, all these come there to support Ghatotkacha. So Ghatotkacha, surrounded by all of them, with 6,000 elephants, start fighting Kauravas. So seeing Bhima coming there and with all that force, Kaurava force troops, they became very much worried and they started running away from that battlefield. But the warriors who were assembled there, they continue to fight. So the battle, then a terrible battle takes place between these Pandava side warriors, Ghatotkacha and Bhima leading, and then on the Kaurava side, all the others assembled there. So the battle like this continues between them with various weapons and elephants, horses, foot soldiers, everybody fighting each other. The battlefield was covered with blood and flags and weapons, arrows, chariots, all type of things that damaged, and elephants without trunks and legs and things like that walking in there and crushing all the people, horses with eyes and everything bleeding. So Sanjay describes all the terrible scenes from that battlefield. So seeing his own troops killed like that by Bhima and Ghatotkacha, Duryodhana angrily rushes towards Bhima, and taking his large bow, he covers Bhima with thick shower of arrows, and with a crescent-shaped arrow, he cuts off Bhima's bow. And taking that opportunity, with a sharp arrow, he strikes at Bhima and in the chest, and deeply struck by that, Bhima suddenly holds onto his flagstaff and then sits on the chariot. So it is such a sharp arrow that's coming from Duryodhana. And then seeing Bhima like that, Ghatotkacha becomes even more angry, and then he starts fighting with the Kaurava force at that time, and then the Pandava side as well with Abhimanyu and everybody. They all rush to support Bhima at that time. So then seeing all of them advancing towards like that, then Drona addresses all the warriors on the Kaurava side, saying that go and protect Duryodhana, because Duryodhana is going to be in trouble when Bhima, all of them come together against him. So go and protect. So saying this, all of them rush towards again Pandava ranks who are assembled there. So Somadatta, Ashwatthama, Vivingsati, Shalya, Chitrasena, Vikarna, Bhurishrava, Skrupa, Jayadratha, Brihatbala, all these, and then Avanti princess, all these come there against Pandavas. So with about 20 steps coming forward, they all face up to Pandavas, and then the slaughter begins again. The fighting begins between them. So Drona at that time, again having said all those to those warriors to fight against the Pandavas, he stretched his bow and strikes at Bhima with 26 arrows, and then once again he covers Bhima with large number of arrows, like a rainy season rain pouring through. And then Bhima, however, even though he was pierced by Drona like that, struck Drona by Drona like that, in return he strikes back with 10 sharp arrows on the left side of Drona. Injured by those arrows, Drona, because of his old age and weakness, he sits down on his terrace of his chariot and becomes unconscious. Seeing him deprived and pained like that, Duryodhana and Ashwatthama becomes very angry, and they rush towards Bhima. And then those two coming towards him, Bhima jumps down from his chariot, taking mace in his hand, and then rushes towards Kaurava warriors. So seeing him again coming on foot with mace raised, all the Kaurava troops who coming there against him, army, they all become very worried and started running away. So then Drona again once again comes back. He hurls a large number of arrows at Bhima, and Bhima again fights back. So Abhimanyu as well, Abhimanyu and the other Draupadi's sons, all of them again continued to fight the Kauravas, the warriors. At that time, they came there. At that time, Nila, he goes against Drona's son Ashwatthama in angrily, and then the great battle takes place between Nila and Ashwatthama. So Nila, he draws his large bow and then strikes at Ashwatthama with winged arrows, and then those arrows again strike Ashwatthama. They pierce him very much, and then Ashwatthama, even though covered in blood, angrily he takes up his bow and draws it part, and then strikes at Nila for destruction of Nila. He strikes at. He kills the 4 horses of Nila and then removes his standard, and then with 7th arrow he strikes at Nila in the chest. So deeply pierced like that, Nila sits down on his chariot, and then seeing him like that, Ghatotkacha, in becoming unconscious, Ghatotkacha rushes angrily towards Ashwatthama to rescue Nila. So then the battle takes place between Ghatotkacha and Ashwatthama in that battlefield. So angrily, Ashwatthama kills many Rakshasas who are coming with Ghatotkacha in that battlefield, and he fights with all those Rakshasas coming with Ghatotkacha and kills all of them. So he kills many of them. Then seeing like this, his people getting killed, Ghatotkacha becomes very angry and he starts rushing at Ashwatthama again, and he strikes at Ashwatthama. So Drona, Duryodhana, Shalya, Ashwatthama, and all of them started running away after that. Ghatotkacha started fighting with illusion. So he started creating illusion. So what he did was through that illusion, he started confusing all the Kaurava warriors as if Drona, Duryodhana, Shalya, Ashwatthama, and everyone, all the warriors that came there, all of them are running away. So he created an illusion like that. Seeing that, others all started becoming worried. At that time, Sanjaya, narrating this to Dhritarashtra, says that only myself and Bhishma cried out in our loud voices, saying that do not run away, this is Ghatotkacha's illusion. Okay, so this again, there is just for clarity, again we see this again and again many times. Normally, we see that Sanjaya, in all the narration, we see that Sanjaya said that he did not take part in the battle itself. Okay, he was just sitting in Hastinapura next to Dhritarashtra narrating all the events. It's not that. So we looked at previously as well at the beginning of Bhishma Prabha, where Sanjaya running from Kurukshetra and telling Dhritarashtra that Bhishma has been killed. Right? So he runs from there. And similarly, we see that when Drona's death happens, same thing he runs. Okay, and also here, he clearly says that myself and Bhishma cried out. So that means he was actively involved in that battlefield fighting. And also later on in, I think in Karna Parva, I think we see that Sanjaya was caught by Pandavas. He became a prisoner of war. So he got caught by the Pandavas. So Sanjaya was taking actively in the battlefield, but he used to come to Hastinapura and narrate all this to Dhritarashtra. And that narration is what we are looking here. Okay, so Sanjaya here tells Dhritarashtra that Bhishma and we both told everybody that this is an illusion, don't worry, but all of them struck panic and they did not listen to any of our words. So seeing them flying like that, Ghatotkacha became very happy and started shouting very happily. So, and like this, Ghatotkacha, till the end of the day, he started fighting all the Pandava forces, Kaurava forces. And in that battle again, Duryodhana, he goes to Bhishma and saluting him, he narrates all the things that's happening and the victory that Ghatotkacha is getting and defeat of his own troops. He tells him that just relying on you, just like Pandavas are relying on Krishna, we came to this battlefield to face the Pandavas with 11 Akshauhinis of troops assembled with you as the leader, but we are not able to get any upper hand over Pandavas. And Bhima, relying upon Ghatotkacha, they are destroying our troops like dry grass being consumed by fire. Just like that, we are being destroyed by Pandavas, Bhima and Ghatotkacha. So I want you to kill the Pandavas. So go and I want you to kill the Ghatotkacha and Rakshasas in this. So help me in this. So Duryodhana asks for that help, and Bhishma at that time says that it is not good for you as a king to go and have battle with Rakshasas like that or anybody like that. If you want to have a battle, you should have battle with equals among you, like another king going against Yudhishthira or Arjuna or Nakula Sahadeva or Bhima. So have battle with them, keeping your king's duty before yourself, and battle as a take part as a as a king. So he advises and he tells Duryodhana that myself, Drona, Krupa, Ashwatthama, Kratavarman, Shalya, Bhurishravas, Vikarna, and all your brothers with Dushosana and everybody, all of us will battle. But it is not right for you to have that battle with Ghatotkacha. So if your grief because of the Ghatotkacha is too great, then let one of this Bhagadatta will go there and he will fight with Ghatotkacha. And having said this, Bhishma instructs Bhagadatta to go and have that fight with Ghatotkacha. So hearing this, because and he tells him that you know all the celestial weapons and everything, so go and have that battle with Ghatotkacha. So listening to this, Bhagadatta comes towards Ghatotkacha. He making a huge roar, he comes towards Ghatotkacha. Then on the Pandavas side, Bhima, Abhimanyu, Ghatotkacha, Draupadi's son, Satyadriti, Kshatradeva, and king of Chedi, Vasudhana, and Dasharna's Dasharna's king, all of them face Bhagadatta. Bhagadatta on his elephant, Supratika. He rushes against Pandavas, and Pandavas in that battle face Bhagadatta, but Pandavas, he starts destroying Pandava army. So in that elephant Supratika coming there, killing all the Pandavas on its trunk, its foot, and everywhere, it's crushing all the Pandava warriors, and Bhagadatta with his arrows killing the Pandava army. He comes towards, and then Bhagadatta then rushes towards Bhima. On his elephant, he rushes towards there, and then again killing thousands of, scattering thousands of arrows, sitting on top of Supratika. He comes there like Indra coming on Airavata. Bhagadatta strikes Bhima with a shower of arrows, and then Bhima again angrily he kills in the arrows all the combatants, hundreds of them coming protecting Bhagadatta. He kills all of them in that battlefield. Seeing all of them killed, Bhagadatta becomes very angry, and he urges his elephant Supratika to rush towards Bhima's chariot, and that elephant, again urged by him, rushes towards Bhima. And seeing that elephant advancing like that, and Pandava army which had Bhima at their head, they all of them rush towards that elephant. So KK brothers, Abhimanyu, Draupadi's sons, king of Dasharnas, Kshatradeva, king of Chedi, and Chitraketu, all of them rush towards there to stop that elephant coming towards Bhima. So all of them with various weapons, excellent celestial weapons and things like that, they start fighting that single elephant, Supratika, and they start fighting. The king of Dasharnas on an elephant, which is huge elephant, he rushes towards that Bhagadatta's elephant, and Bhagadatta's elephant in that strikes that elephant, and then it did not, Bhagadatta Supratika did not move at all. So by that, so like this, the battle continues. Then Bhagadatta angrily, he releases 14 lances at that elephant, and deeply pierced by those elephants, it turns back on its way, that Dasharna's king's elephant, while running away, it crushes a lot of Pandavas' own troops and army men along the way. So, like uh, when that elephant was defeated, like that, Pandava army, they became very worried, and again placing Bhima and at their front, they all rush towards Bhagadatta with diverse kind of weapons and everything. They start fighting Bhagadatta, but Bhagadatta, with that elephant on top of elephant, he continues to fight, and he reduces the Pandava army that came there in large number. He kills all of that, and seeing this, Ghatotkacha becomes very angry and he rushes towards him. So Ghatotkacha in that battlefield again, he strikes at, arrow towards Bhagadatta, and seeing that coming towards him, Bhagadatta with a sharp arrow cuts that into pieces. And seeing that cut like that, Bhagadatta becomes very happy, and then he releases a javelin towards Ghatotkacha. And as that javelin comes towards near him, Ghatotkacha gets hold of that javelin, breaks it on his knee, and then throws it back. So seeing that, everybody watching this battle, Gandharvas, Rishis, and everybody, they all say, excellent, excellent at Ghatotkacha, what he did. That javelin that's coming towards him, he takes it on his hand and then breaks it into pieces. So everybody prays for his strength and his skill he's shown there. Like this, the battle between Ghatotkacha and them continues. So Bhagadatta, Ghatotkacha and Bhagadatta continues. Bhagadatta strikes Bhima with 1 arrow, and Ghatotkacha with 9 arrows. He strikes Abhimanyu with 3, and then KK brothers with 5. Like this, he continues with Kshatradeva, Draupadi's sons, and he strikes with all of them, and then he kills the horses of Bhima, and with 3 arrows, he cuts down Bhima's standard, and then he strikes Bhima's charioteer Vishoka, and with that, Vishoka loses control of his horses. Then Bhima lost his chariot like that. He jumping down from that, taking mace in his hand. He rushes towards the Kaurava forces, and seeing that again, Kaurava forces become very worried. At that time, Arjuna comes into that place, and then he is seeing Bhima fighting like that with Ghatotkacha, Arjuna, Abhimanyu, and Draupadi's sons and everybody. He starts fighting Bhagadatta, and seeing all his brothers united like this, so all of them united like this, they start facing Kaurava warriors, and then Duryodhana immediately sends a division of troops to support Bhagadatta at that time. Arjuna again rushes towards Bhagadatta, and Bhagadatta also with the elephant, he rushes towards Pandava army, and like this, the battle continues. So during that battle, Bhima informs Arjuna and Krishna about Iravat's death through Alambusha and the events that take place on this side of the battlefield, and Iravat's death. He informs about that. So listening to this, Arjuna becomes very grief-stricken, and he tells Krishna that Vidura, whatever said previously, all that is destruction is happening of Kurus and Pandavas here in this battlefield, and it is for this that Vidura tried to stop Dhritarashtra from this battlefield, and both Kaurava side and Pandava side are being killed in this battlefield, and for the sake of wealth, this vile act is being done by everybody. And he also says that the wealth accumulated by this slaughter of the family, friends, and everybody is nothing better than having it is no better. It's better to have no wealth than a wealth accumulated like this. And he also says again that it is because of this only, seeing all this only, my king, that is Yudhishthira, asked for half the kingdom, or even only 5 villages, as what he asked. Even that wicked Duryodhana did not agree, and this all happening. And he says that because of his Kshatriya duty only, he is continuing in this battlefield, and even though it is distasteful, he will continue to have this battle. And he also tells Krishna that there is no time to lose now. Let's continue this battle. And even though Arjuna is sorrow, grief stricken, listening to his son's death, he continues to battle. So once he says that, Krishna again urges those horses to move towards further, and then the battle continues. In that afternoon, battle between Bhishma and the Pandavas continues. Bhishma and Kripa, Bhagadatta, Susharman, all of them went towards Arjuna. Kritavarman, Bhalika, they rushed towards Satyaki, and King of Ambasta, he went towards Abhimanyu, and many other great chariot riders and other car warriors, all of them went against Abhimanyu. Then the battle like this continues. Bhima, again seeing Dhritarashtra's sons in that battlefield, he becomes very angry and he goes against them in this battlefield. So he comes across, first he comes across Vidoroska, and he kills him with a sharp horseshoe-faced type of arrow, and then he kills Kundalini. He kills him with another arrow. So then Bhima, like this, continues killing Dhritarashtra's sons in that battlefield. He kills Anadriti, Kundabedini, and the Virata, Digvilochana, Dirgalochana, Dirgabahu, Subahu, Kanyaddeja. So all these were killed by Bhima in this battle in that afternoon. And then, seeing this, all the other sons who came there, Duryodhana's brothers, they all ran away, thinking Bhima is the dead Yama himself. So, like this, while he was battling, killing all these, Drona was fighting with him, and again, Drona was releasing large number of arrows towards him, but Bhima resisted all of them, and parallelly, he continued to kill Duryodhana's brothers and have battle with them. So, like this, he continues, and Sanjay explains that this is a wonderful thing that Bhima has done here. While resisting Drona, he continued to create this carnage on the Kaurava side. Meanwhile, Bhishma, Bhagadatta, and Kripa, they all resisting Arjuna, and again, they all using diverse type of weapons and fighting with Arjuna. Abhimanyu also, he fights with King of Ambastas in his chariot, and then Abhimanyu, he kills the King of Ambastas with his chariot. He kills horses and charioteer, and then he quickly jumps down from the chariot and jumps onto Kritavarman's car. So, like this, the battle continues. Then Drishtadyumna, on the other side, he continues to terrorize Kaurava army, and he continues to fight with Kauravas. So, like this, the battle continues on that day between Kauravas and Pandavas in large number of soldiers, elephants, horses killed, and large number of chariot riders killed, elephants striking horse riders and foot soldiers, and similarly horse riders killing the elephants and chariot riders and things like that. So the battle continues, the battlefield filled with bodies and blood. So the battle like this continues on that day, and then the everywhere the blood was flowing in that battlefield. So finally, at the end of the day, on that day 8, when the night sets in, when they could not see much, the armies withdraw from that battlefield. So, like this, the Pandavas and Kauravas then went back to their tent, and the day 8 of the Kurukshetra battle comes to an end. So, then at the end of that day's battle, Kaurava side, Duryodhana, Shakuni, Dushasana, and Karna, they all meet together. So they discuss how the things went, and all of them were discussing how Pandavas with their followers can be defeated in the battle. So all of them were discussing like that. At that time, Duryodhana says that, tells Karna and Shakuni, Dushasana and others who were assembled there with him, his friends and brothers. He tells them that Drona, Bhishma, Kripa, Shalya, so, Bhurishrabhas, all of them do not able to resist Kunti's sons. Again, I do not know what's the cause of this is because all of those Pandavas are destroying our forces. Every day my strength is becoming very weak and weak. My army is becoming weak and weak. I don't know how to succeed in this battle, how to kill them, and how to succeed in this battle. So seeing this, listening to this, Karna says that do not grieve. So even I will do what you want. I will come and kill all those Pandavas and give you the victory. But let Bhishma withdraw from the battlefield because the challenge Karna made was he will not enter the battlefield as long as Bhishma is there, right? So he tells Duryodhana that if Bhishma withdraws from the battlefield, I will come and I will bring you the victory. And after Bhishma withdraws from that battlefield, I will fight. After Bhishma gives aside his weapons, he gives up on this battle. I will come and kill the Pandavas with all the Panchalas, Somakas, everyone that assembled. I will kill them. This is the pledge I'm making. So again, Bhishma every day he shows mercy towards Pandavas, and he is again incapable of being defeated by the Pandavas. So Bhishma is continuously every day going to that battlefield just to show off his strength and his prowess. That's how he's in the battlefield. He's just there to show off. He's not there to give you victory or anything. And because he's fond of Pandavas, and he's also fond of fighting. He's fond of battle. So that's why he's there to show that he killed X number of people in every day in the battle. That's why he's there. He's not there to give you victory or kill Pandavas. So Karna suggests that you go to Bhishma and tell him to quit this battle. Then I will come and do what you want. So this idea looks very good to Duryodhana. So he immediately tells Dushasana, see who is coming with me, prepare everybody. So prepare that to go to Bhishma. And having said this, he tells Karna that I will ask Bhishma to quit this battle, and then after that, I will come and you do help me in winning this battle. So he makes this assurance, and immediately all of them with Duryodhana with Dushasana and his brothers, they all dress up and then they mount on their horses and then go towards Bhishma's tent. So they all go towards Bhishma's tent, and arriving at Bhishma's tent, Duryodhana goes to Bhishma and then salutes him, and then after taking a seat there with tears in his eyes, choked voice, he tells Bhishma that with your protection in this battle, we came here to the battle even thinking that even if Indra comes to this battle, we can defeat. But when we are thinking like that, and what about this Pandavas? There is no reason to worry about Pandavas with their friends and family who were that assembled on the Pandavas. There is nothing to worry about this. But therefore, that's why you need to show me mercy. So you told me previously that you kill the Pandavas like Indra killed the Danavas, and I will kill the Panchala warriors and the entire army that Pandavas have assembled. So Bhishma made it clear previously that he is not going to kill the Pandavas, right? So Duryodhana reminds that you tasked me to kill the Pandavas and you are going to kill all the rest of the army. And those were your words. Make those words come true me. So if you can't do that, because you are very kind to Pandavas or you hate me, and that's why you don't want me to give victory to me. If you hate me, so then let Karna join this battlefield. That means you stepping away from this battlefield. So let Karna come and he will defeat the Pandavas with all their friends and kinsmen and everybody assembled. He will do this. So you step away. So Duryodhana cunningly he says that you do this or you step away so that Karna can come and do the job. So it's kind of giving an ultimatum. So he tells that to Bhishma, and listening to this, Bhishma becomes very sad, and those words of Duryodhana deeply hurt Bhishma. He sits there for a few moments thinking all the words that Duryodhana has said, and in silence he sits there, and finally, even though he's very angry, he controls his anger, and then disappointment, hurt, everything he controls, and then with patiently he tells Duryodhana that why do you strike me like this, pierce me like this with your arrows, worldly arrows like this? I always did what is whatever I can do, and I will do what is for your good. That's what I'm doing. Indeed, from desire of doing good to you, I am prepared to give up my life as well in this battlefield. That's what I'm doing. But remember that Pandavas are invincible. He cannot kill the Pandavas because when Arjuna gratified Agni burning that Kandava forest, and at that time he defeated Indra himself in that battlefield. So that was the sufficient indication that Pandavas are invincible. And also, when the same Arjuna rescued you when you were led captive by the Gandharvas, that is an indication that Pandavas are invincible. And also, on that occasion when all of you brothers have run away, and including the Karna, that time Arjuna came to rescue you, and that is the indication that Pandavas are invincible. And in the Virata war, when all of us were united and Arjuna came alone, that alone is an indication that Pandavas are invincible. And in that battle, defeating all of us, both Drona and myself in that battle, he took away our clothes. And that's an indication that Pandavas are invincible. And also on that occasion, when Virata's cows were seized, he defeated all of us, Drona's son, Ashwatthama, Krupa, everybody as well. He defeated all of us. That's an indication that Pandavas are invincible. And also, in that same battle, this Karna who proudly speaks of his manliness, his cloth was also taken away by Arjuna and given to Uttara. And that's an indication that Pandavas are invincible. And that Arjuna defeated Nivatakavachas, who were incapable of being defeated by Indra himself. That's an indication that Pandavas are invincible. And Bhishma says that there is nobody is there who can defeat Pandavas in the battlefield, especially when the protector of the entire universe is there with them. So Krishna is the infinite power, and he is the destroyer of the universe. He is the highest Lord of all. So he is the God of gods, and he is the supreme Paramatma, and he is the eternal one. And when he is there, as described, he's been described like that by Narada and various other rishis, Vyasa and many other rishis. So when he is there, Pandavas cannot be defeated. So it is, you know what should be said and what should not be said. So that's why because of your folly, you don't know what should be said and should not be said. You're just talking words and you don't know. But Bhishma continues and says that I will continue to fight. Either I will kill Pandavas, I will give you the victory, or Pandavas will kill me. I will fight everybody. I will kill all the Panchalas, Somakas, everybody. But Shikandini alone, I cannot fight because Shikandini, as I said previously, was born as a female, and I still see him as a female. So I cannot fight. So Creator Brahma has created him as a female. So because of that, I will not fight. So he tells Duryodhana, go and sleep now because there is a terrible battle that's going to take place tomorrow, and we will continue the battle tomorrow. Go and sleep. So having said that, Duryodhana comes back, and the next morning when the morning sun rises, in front of Bhishma, he tells Dushasana and others that all the forces assembled today because Bhishma is going to kill all these Panchalas and Somakas today. So, listening to this, Bhishma thinks that he is, and listening to remembering all the things that happened previous night, he thinks that Duryodhana, even though he's telling Dushasana, he's actually giving him the commands to destroy the Panchalas today. So, thinking that, he regrets all the servitude and the working as a servant to the king. He thinks he regrets the situation he is in, and we will see what Bhishma does on that day next time when we gather. Any questions?